When I say that my wife and I have a coaching company, we often get a confused look. And people wonder, what is coaching? What do you guys actually do with a coaching company? Well, today I have a special guest because this week we're talking about what is coaching. And our special guest here today is going to help you understand what coaching is. Well, I'm Brian with Adventurous Life, coaching your journey from doubt to courage, obligation to motivation, and the mundane to adventure. And I'm so honored today to have our guest, Gary Warford. Gary, welcome.
Thank you, Brian. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Our special guest here, Gary, has worked with people for many years. He's served in various roles. His current role right now is he's the president of the International Coach Federation here in Oregon. He has a PCC coaching certificate through the ICF and has his own coaching company called Gary Warford Coaching. He's also the regional partner for Master Networks for Oregon and Southwest Washington. He's helping businesses to build and develop and leave a legacy beyond their business. Well, he's become a friend, and I have the utmost respect for him personally and professionally. So Gary, thanks for coming on today and helping our audience understand more about coaching.
Sure. Hey, thank you, Brian. It's a pleasure to be here. Also, you've done your homework.
Hey, well, I've been around you a little while.
Hey, you're also an educator, so I get it. So, and I love what you and Marianne are doing. So it really is a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you, Gary. So tell us, Gary, how would you tell someone who says, what is coaching? How would you tell them and define what coaching is?
Sure. It's a great question. So actually I've written it down, so I'm going to read it. Okay. I have down, and my heart for coaching is our partnership that maximizes human potential. Coaching helps people articulate their vision, identify their needs and their core values, brings their inner and outer worlds into alignment, sets goals they feel passionate about and want to create a plan for their development. This comes from a book that's called Coaching for Transformation: Pathways to Ignite Personal and Social Change. But it's about a partnership of working together with a person who wants to make a change in life. And that could be anything: career, going into a marriage, a relationship, recovery, relationships, business. Those are just
and in your business, you do life and business coaching. What impact have you seen personally and also throughout the world of coaching that it has on other people?
Often what happens is people are just stuck. I think so often we keep things in our head, and when we keep in our head and we don't talk about it, we just get stuck, and the issue seems a lot bigger than what it usually really is. So as we work with a coach, one of the aspects of working with a coach is the coach is not a consultant. We're not a mentor. We're the expert on process. We're the expert on asking questions, and you're the expert on you. So as we work through, we help people discover true passions, changes they want to make. I'm currently working with people in the situation right now that are looking at career changes. Their job went away. They're not sure what to do. So then we talk about, what are the passions? What would you like to do? What's the skill set you have? What are some of the skills that you would like to bring into your life? So there's just so many areas. And I have seen relationships come to a good result that maybe we're struggling. I've worked with a lot of people in recovery that take a different approach. It's with recovery. I've worked with corrections with people who have been court mandated. Here, an area that you don't think about much, an area I love to work in, is people in empty nest syndromes. Because we as parents, we lose our personal identity. We become, oh, you're Candace Nathaniel's dad. Yeah, but I'm also Gary.
They still have a lot of life left, right? They still have a lot of life and purpose left that they can give to and contribute.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes they can't find that purpose, or they just need a little help and encouragement to find that purpose and how they can still contribute to their surroundings?
Absolutely. So, the thing that we can really help with is helping them to set up a plan to achieve what they want to achieve. And with that, then we hold them, if you will, a bit accountable. We ask them, I'll say, what are the steps you'd like to do this week? And what do you want me to check in with you next week to see if you got them done? So there is that part of accountability in helping them grow and achieve the dreams and successes they want to in life.
So you mentioned the mentors, counselors, consultants, coaches are sometimes just kind of thrown in, like, well, I coached them how to do it, or coaches just often thrown around in different places when they really mean mentoring or they really mean counseling. So with the International Coach Federation, that certifies people that they've actually been through a training organization and that they've basically developed the skills, and then the different levels of certification. So why is it important for someone, when they want to work with a coach, to work with someone who actually is certified?
Yeah, that is a great question. So just a couple of things. What coaching is not. It's not consulting, because we don't give advice. We don't give guidance. We're not therapy. We are working with people focused on the future. We do not heal the pains or issues of the past. That is when we refer them to a therapist. And then when they get through and get to a healthy place, then we can work with them and help them move forward in life.
Mm-hmm.
Couple things about ICF, and I think some of that might answer a little bit. So here's ICF Global is where we hold our accreditations. So ICF Global worldwide, we have 33,000 members, 27,000 that hold either an ACC, PCC, or MCC credential, and we're in 145 countries. Locally,
The ICF is basically the governing body of coaches.
It is, if you will, yes, the overseeing governing body that puts the credentials out there. And with that, with the ACC, PCC, and MCC, the difference between those are basically how many client hours you have had and the level of the testing that you have to take. So at ACC, there's a minimum of 120 classroom hours. And then you also have several, I think it's 100 or 125 paid hours. And when you go to MCC, there's also more paid hours, MCC more paid hours. With each level, you have to test. And you also have to submit tapes so that evaluators can hear how you're coaching to make sure that you hold to the fundamentals of what ICF standards for coaching is.
So there's strict guidelines for coaches that have certifications.
Yes.
That prove that they have the skills to be able to help people in areas that they say they're going to be able to help them.
Yes, and we do have a code of ethics too. Just like with other professionals, we have a code of ethics that we hold to, and that helps cover the coachee and also the coach, and it sets the guidelines for it.
So why you've taken on this role of president this year? What in you is so passionate about wanting to help people keep this certification, continue their training, make sure that we have this body that helps coaches? It doesn't only oversee them, but it also supports them, because you have a lot of professional development as well. Why are you so passionate about that?
Yeah, one, I love working with people. I love seeing people be the best that they can in whatever profession or modality that they want to work in. So with that, I wanted to find a way that we could add more value to our members, to grow our membership, but also to connect with other organizations that don't know what coaching is. Because as you had said, the word coaching can be a bit ambiguous. And because I have been a realtor for 25 years, I can coach somebody when really what they're doing is they're mentoring, because they're usually teaching them a system. We don't teach a system. We dive deep into thought-provoking, insightful questions. So helping coaches grow professionally, personally. Most coaches are solopreneurs. I want to create a community where we can get to know each other. And if it's not my specialty that somebody needs a coach, I have a friend that I can refer them to that I know will be a good connection with them.
And you're the master at that. You're part of Master Networks, bringing people together, networking. I've heard you refer a lot of people and connect people together, and I think that's really amazing. So, what do you think the future of coaching looks like?
Boy, you know, I believe it's going to just continue to grow. The reason I believe it's going to grow is coaching is becoming more understood. The standards that ICF has set in place for credentialed coaches continues to evolve and grow. And they've given us so many tools as coaches to grow who we are professionally.
Mm-hmm.
And several different areas in life, people are understanding that they just need to talk through, think through. Here's kind of what I see with coaching is so often whatever we are trained in professionally or maybe in our family situation, often we come with a set of blinders. This is how I've been taught. This is how I think. The idea behind coaching is to ask questions to go, oh, maybe there's a little bit more out there.
Mm-hmm.
And just strike that thought of, you know, here's where I'm trained, but let's take a little wider look at in a lens and see what possibilities are out there. And that's what coaching does.
I think that's great. Even if just that one little thing of opening those, taking those blinders off and opening people's perspectives to see what other possibilities are out there. So Gary,
Absolutely.
Thanks so much. I think you've really helped our audience to better understand what coaching is. I really appreciate your roles in bringing people together in your master networks, but also your leadership with the ICF and the direction. I know you want to expand it really across all of Oregon to make sure people in all cities, not just the Portland metro area, really feel connected to the coaching community. So Gary, thanks again for joining me and Adventurous Life, and look forward to hearing more from you in the future. So, and thank you to all of you, our audience, for joining us today and being a part of our community. If any of this resonated with you and you're more interested now in coaching and how it might be able to benefit you, please check out our website, adventurouslife.net. Give us a call, send us an email, and we will be back on Friday at 11:11 to tell you more about coaching. Thank you again.
Thanks, Brian.